Okay, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Welcome. Hey Bill, hey Dimler, hey Kevin and Lucas, PF Dennis. How are folks? Hey TJ and Brian. Hey Garrett, hey Reth. What do we have here? GJ, Mitchell. How are folks? Hey, Nomad's Galaxy and Cheesy Potato. Hey Bitter Bucket, hey Solder Joint. Here I am. Oh, pathetic. Wild Steve. Hi, John. Hey, Cliff. Arthur. Zombie. Is Trident any good? It's the best. It's the best in my very biased opinion. Hey, Alan and Kittrell and Sean. Hey, Eric and Jeff and William and Moofishy and Steven. Looking forward to this one. Me too. This is a good one because remember when I started these Tuesday streams, I think one of the first streams I did was going over I laid out a bunch of mods and we're working our way through them. So we did Recore in the last series. We did the Common Anomaly X-Beam on the 2.4, and we're gonna hit more of them. We're gonna hit a bunch of them on this series. So, hey Putty. F4C JZ and Kegel and more folks. Chris, I have some mods for my Trident soon. What's 3D IKO rail? What's the IKO rail? Flying Lunatic and Barry. This is a 250. So this is the Trident in question. It is an LDO kit. And currently it has Galileo and a Chaotic Lab Tap on it, but otherwise it's pretty much spec. But it does have a I wish I was Prusa signature on it. Oh, they're brand new, super expensive linear rails. Yeah, not on my radar. Just too expensive. Hey, Smalls. Hey, Ryan. Okay, sorry about that. We are going to, as the thumbnail says, we are going to be going through a whole bunch of mods on this. No clacky door for it in the future. Not on this one. Not on this one. In between streams, I have been busy. This is a mess. If you can see in here, on Sunday, I was so happy with how much room I had and how clean it was, but I've been all over the place getting busy or making progress on stuff. Hey Vinicius, the plan to move the streaming setup over here made a huge step forward. I have a network drop over there and I have the AP in place. So very happy about that. So next is some lighting. I'm gonna add some lighting in here and then sorting out my camera mounting over there. And then I'll be able to stream from there. It could be as early as Sunday, depending on how much I get done. So, okay, we're gonna be doing the highlight of this build, at least the biggest part of this build is going to be this here. So let's stop you. The overhead camera will be a much more stable setup in the new location. No more clamp champ. This is the double T 9mm CNC machined. Very nicely done. Look at that. The anodizing on it is near perfect. Hey Nuno. At Earth, now 3D Printopia, last year, Hector handed me this to give it a try. So thanks to Fabrico for that. The other big part of this build will be the XOL Toolhead. We've been talking about that for a while. Demlar here handed me some fans specifically for that. So this is finally realizing they are Honey Badger fans, realizing that project. Of the hot ends I have around here, I have a Rapido, so that's the plan for that. And we're gonna be sticking with the Oh, where'd those other parts go? Where did those parts go? They're somewhere. We'll be sticking with, yeah, from the one at the show. You pulled them right off another one. Anyway, I have the printed parts around here. This is the extruder mount. The other printed part must be in the other garage. I actually have almost everything printed for this project already. So, hey, Rodrigo. So, XOL, and then, what else are we doing? We are doing the skirt buttons. So this is 3D Experts. Had these sent quite a while ago. So we're gonna set this up. I have a reprinted modified skirt that gets used for that, and I've got all of the little buttons all printed for that. I have not checked to see if they actually fit, and they do. They fit really well. Look like button style fit. Fabrico, bye for being 5 minutes late. Thank you. XOL only needs M3 heat sets now, no M2 and 2.5. I printed the latest files that were out there as of 3 days ago. So I didn't go into any experimental or beta or anything like that. I printed the stuff that's live on GitHub, and that's what I was planning on using. Part of that will be a Orbiter V2 with the O2 USB Toolhead board will be on here. This printer currently has a, I think, pre-production version of Nighthawk on it. So I'm excited to see XOL. I want to do XOL with a Rapido UHF and a wristwatch G2 extruder. Yeah. I was going to do a Galileo 2 based extruder on here. But the Orbiter and its toolhead board gives me an opportunity to try that. I will be doing Dragon Burner and probably Galileo 2 style extruder on my salad fork when I rebuild it. So kind of getting the breadth of aftermarket toolhead experience there. Mainline still has the 2.5. Yeah, and we'll get there. I'm not planning on getting even into the XOL assembly today. We're going to talk about the project, and we'll probably do some unbuilding, and then we'll probably be running out of time about that at about that point. The XOL pre-release is much better quality of life upgrades. I could very well change plans here, Nuno. If it really is that much better, I can change plans midstream. This is very much a kind of figure it out as we go along, just kind of hang out and do some mods type series. Part of the 9mm stuff is a bunch of printed parts. So I tried to stick with the current theme of the printer. So resonance test before and after. I have resonance test results of it right now. We could hook it up here today and do some new ones. Absolutely. That's not a bad idea. Get some fresh ones, get them stored on the, I already have Clippane or the Shake and Tune installed on this printer. So, and we can talk about some of the things I've done to see about cleaning up the results as the printer is right now. I'm going to be doing we're going to do all the ergobleds in this printer. So I've got the Dr. Dave set up here. How does that go in here? Probably something like that. All of them. I gotta clean up, so some of the files still need some cleanup, but I don't even know how. I guess those get glued on there, and then a piece from the back. Yeah, so that's gonna go on there. Little stepper mount with a wire channel. That'll come in handy. Hey, Tim. I am doing good. And the Z-probe solution, we are going to use the Vitali. This, we'll be trying this. I'm open to trying additional solutions on this printer though later. This Vitali sent me over the same time as when I did the Green V2. This is just the 9mm version for here. So I'm going to do that. And then, we are going to use some Moon's long shaft steppers for this setup. So they're double supported. And what's one of the last things? Oh, there's the XOL printed part I was looking for earlier. And then the little, what do they call this thing? The SKSM. This is so you can power off the printer and then it gives them some time for the Pi to turn off. Now I have some questions about this. The specs say it only outputs 2 amps and it says it will work with a Pi 4. I question that. And then with cameras and stuff hooked up, how much time is there going to be? So we'll see. They are 1.8 steppers. So these were done. There was a group buy for these steppers. I don't know if anybody wants to, if we can get a focus here. There we are. There's model number if anybody wants to pause and look that up to their heart's content. Hi, Jeff. Mandic is doing basically the same build for his Trident. Yeah, it's kind of funny because I've been planning the XOL and this since ERF. And then it just happens to line up with Nero's doing XOL and Mandic's doing his setup and it is what it is. They are the long boys from Klee. Yep. And it's a C, not a K. Come on. Hey, JR. First time you're using Moons. It is. I also have the NEMA 14 equivalents that are going to go in the solid fork. Have you seen the stealth skirts for the Trident? I have. Yep. I'm not going to I don't know that I'm going to redo all of that. And especially since I'll be doing this button setup. So that's a good point. I'm not going to be doing that on this build. What was the last thing? Oh, some chamber lighting. And if I can find it, this is the printed out parts for the for a camera. This is a 3DO frame camera. So I had already printed these parts out ages ago, and now I can finally get it in here. Please tell me this BTT Pad 5 and CM4 is part of this upgrade. It's not. It's not. I have the same motors in 48 and 60. Murph seems kind of odd. Hard to believe the web address goes to Facebook. I ordered that new Cyborg Trident. My first one, I was thinking XOL on it, so it'll be good for me to watch in preparation. Awesome. Okay, so kind of going through the overview of things. Oh, I do have, I think this will work. This is the Rainbow Barf Toolhead LED. I think this will work with the XOL. There's a spot in the, where is that? Wherever it got hidden off to. Oh yeah, there's a, I printed the version that's supposed to be for it. So I guess I hear wiring is going to be fun, wire routing in that. So we will be going through that. The SKSM module is a little device with a couple of little super capacitors on it. 20 farad caps. I mean, yeah, that's a lot of capacity. It's supposed to allow you to just power off your printer, and it will give up to like 15 seconds and a signal to the Pi to shut down. So we'll test it. The pre-release version has better wire management. Okay, I'll talk to folks. Like I said, we're not going to get to that point today. I have no preference really on which one I build for this. So I guess my preference would be the easier one. Got a lot of stuff around here. Should probably find a place for much of this. Would be interested to learn if the SKSM would work with Manta's CM4. I don't think so. I think it has to power it. I think it has to power it. As it is, we're gonna be, since I have a Leviathan in this printer, we will be just not powering the Pi from the Leviathan. It'll still get mounted there. It just won't be powered from there. I'm trying to figure out how to get a table at Murph. All I can find is the sponsor sign up. I think you just show up, Joel. Pretty sure you just show up. So, okay, let's set this aside. Got lots of surfaces. I've got a new surface coming. So I have this wiggly table. I have one of those Husky 46-inch wide adjustable height workbenches on the way. It'll be here Thursday though. And that'll give me a spot I can roll around and put printers on, and like an auxiliary work surface. So I also ordered something for my, for the other garage. Since I'm not gonna be streaming from the other garage, I'm really making it like the printer area and my computer. That's where my computer is now. And, so I went with the current trend, except I kind of went against the trend and I bought a FlexiSpot desk. So I took advantage of their Memorial Day sale and bought one. For the price, the Husky scuff is okay. And that was the point. I know Pooch has some and I checked them out and they seem stable enough. So. Is it an adjustable height rolling desk? The Husky one is a adjustable height rolling workbench, and it has two drawers in it. So, let's go this way. Sure, that'll work. It has 2 drawers in it, so that'll be handy. What size is the Trident? It's a 250. It's a 250. So we're gonna power this on, and we're gonna go with the suggestion to get a quick input shaper result on it. So we have it saved. So we're not going to try to tune anything out. Now, some of the things I did while we're waiting for it to power up is, if you notice, I minimized my cable chains. So they actually only go here instead of all the way to the end. What else did I do? I think I just kind of went through and made sure everything was lined up and tight at the time I was testing this anyway. So it's an interesting color combo. So it was the Outrun kind of 80s theme. What you got hiding in that Prusa box by the door? The Prusa box by the door is an enclosure. That I need to get to at some point. Back here is a whole new Mark IV kit, because I sold my Mark IV, so I bought another Mark IV kit. That's how I got the anniversary edition build plate that I posted on Twitter. And so I'm not going to do content. I'm not going to stream building that Mark IV. It's going to be part of whenever I have the MMU3 stuff. So whenever I do any content on that, it'll be part of it. But yeah. Hey, Alan, welcome. Dig the color, shocking no one. You gonna change the panel clips? Not planning on it. Okay, so it is powered up. So let's close it up and get it. Is there anything going on here? I think everything's good. Let's get it homed. It is sensorless homing right now. It'll remain sensorless homing. Hey Liz, welcome. Hey Rod. Hey Armor 3D. Sean, did I say hi? Sean and Laura. Hey Nurgle Rat. Dope color scheme, thanks. So this was a combination of Jared, of course, and my wife helping me pick the colors. Now, right now, the colors are Polymaker Teal with Polymaker Pop Pink and KVP Proper Purple. Now, I love the KVP Proper Purple, but I'm not going to buy another roll of it, and I ran out. So I'm slowly switching over just to the Polymaker Purple ASA. It's close, but the Proper Purple is just that much darker, and I like it better. But hey, Shannon. So, what do we want to do? So that's that. Let's do a Z-tilt. I guess it doesn't matter on a Trident. Got to do a quad gantry level on a 2.4 before input shaping, but let's go ahead and do this. Do you prefer ASA over ABS? I actually prefer to use ABS. Hey, Latian. I prefer ABS for the simple reason that I don't have to dry it. I get the same results with ABS whether I dry it or not. The ASA I have to dry. Now, as far as actually using it, aside from having to dry it, I have no preference. I just like being able to grab filament off the shelf and print. So, I've had stinky versions of both. Yeah. Even here in Colorado, I do have to dry ASA as well, especially ambrosia. Yeah. According to the bamboo chart, ASA has worse layer adhesion. ASA can be a little more brittle, and you can tell just on the spool. It's a lot easier to break. And ASA also does that thing that PLA does, is the end of it gets brittle and breaks very easily. Okay, let's go here and let's refresh this. According to the bamboo chart, ASA has worse layer adhesion. I've not heard that, but in terms of brittle, I've never dried ASA. You should try it, Ajax. I don't know what your environment is like. So since I've got some decent sensors now, I can say I'm probably hovering right around 50%. Of the times I've looked at it, it seems to be right around 50% humidity around here. So I find that silver and grays need drying. Silver, absolutely. Even ABS. I dry ABS silver. Yeah. Okay, let's go to, I've got all the, do I have them here? Oh, no, I did not. Are we on? We're on Bullseye, so let's put Shake and Tune on here. I was wrong. I thought I had. Let's put Shake and Tune on here. I don't recall you building that Trident. When did you build it? I did not build this on a stream. I did photograph the entire build. My plan was to do a build log on the Voron forum of this, but I did not build it on stream. I thought I had Shake and Tune on here. You just had ABS snap off in the AMS on the X1. Was it filled? Is it filled ABS? Install. Where's the gold? Oh, interesting. How many printers do you have and what do you use them for day to day? I only use a handful day to day, to be honest. How's the Phoenix doing? It's right there. Shake and Tune module installation. Here we are. Let's copy that and yep, let's get in there. Oops. No, I haven't. I have really filled my time with trying to get my workspace ready. Hold on. My workspace is a mess and I've spent a lot of my time doing that. And I'm hoping once I get it to a point I will be able to fill my time with these other projects. So by running that, I've switched over to Shigantune. The eternal structure when my workspace is clean. It's not about clean. There's some very, very specific restructuring that I'm doing, and I'm making good progress on it. It's just, that's what's taking my time. And I can see the light. Like I said, I have a network connection at this other wall now, and I have my AP hooked up, and it's commissioned, and the ports are set up the way I need them to be able to move the computer from right here to that wall and have it be able to communicate as I need it to. And I have all of my camera mounting planned. I'm waiting for, I should get an Amazon delivery today for a part. And then I'm gonna cut out a little adjustable mount because my overhead camera is now gonna be adjustable up and down and forward and back. So I can really position it where I want it. Where right now I can do all of that, it's just a whole lot more of a hassle. Have you ever seen, Alan, are you still here? Have you ever seen my overhead camera setup? I gotta show. This is my overhead camera setup. So there's a 2020 extrusion clamped to the shelf there in my cabinets, and there's my camera. It's the little ZV-1. And then another clamp and another piece of 2020 extrusion going up to the opening in the garage in the door with, how many clamps are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up there. It has been here for a year, so it's not jank. It's not jank. It's been here for a year. It's lasted for a year. Did that finish? Oh shoot, I wasn't paying attention. There's a clamp shorted somewhere. It works, yes. It works. My, here, I'll show you this. My face camera is going to be, and that doesn't need me, okay. My face camera is going to be this. So this mounts to underside of the cabinets that are over here. And this screws into a stud on the wall. And then this slots into an extrusion that's part of the cabinets. Then I have a carriage that my camera is going to be mounted to. So I can pull it towards me so I can actually hit the power buttons and the controls. And then I can push it back for where it needs to be. So that was just a quick model and V-slot extrusion and carriage. So bolts would be cheaper than all those clamps. I already had them. The clamps were free. So that just needs to be bolted in there, and then it'll be good to go. And I have a little thing for mounting the camera to it. So I'm getting there, getting very close. Like I said, it could be as early as Sunday, but I have no promises. That's still installing. There's a Polymaker filament giveaway. It is at the 2-hour mark, which we're already half an hour in, so an hour and a half from now. Have to be here to win. Do it at 7 o'clock my time. PF Dennis, thanks for the gifted memberships. All the members, welcome. We just built another foam flinging blaster on Saturday. So all you new members have access to that if you want to go watch it. You really do live up to the title you posted earlier, Clamp Champ. Here, let me see if I can pull that up for anybody that didn't see it while we're still waiting for this install. So I'm working on some filament storage in the other garage, and it's almost done. But I had to place it all. So that's still going. Doesn't need me. I had to place it all. So I'm going to put filament in front of this water heater in the other garage. And I'm starting the filament above where the controls are, so I can still easily get to them. And it's going to go basically from this point to the ceiling. There'll be room for 80 rolls of filament here. So this doesn't get hot there, so it's not really self-drying. There's no temperature that comes off from this. It's well insulated. Anyway, to line this up and make sure the two, because these brackets I cut on my Shapeoko, I modeled these in Fusion and cut it on the Shapeoko to line these up so everything is level and stuff. Was a challenge. So I brought out the clamps. These Bessie clamps can get reversed so they can push out instead of squeeze together, and it worked out really well. So this is at a point where the two that you see in here are mounted, are screwed to the wall. I'm waiting for some paint to dry for the others, and then I'll be done. I might finish this tonight. So, and it'll be nice. It'll be kind of a colorful wall of filament instead of a ugly water heater. So, yeah. Where are we at? Oh, okay. So, the other thing I need to do here is I need to put this guy in my config, and I think everything else I need I've already done. So, let's go here, let's redo. Bessie clamps are so useful, I have way more than is practical, but well worth the cost. I only have 2. I will end up with more at some point, but I need clamp storage figured out. There's a good spot on the wall right there that I think, behind the drill press. And close it and it can be a bulk filament dryer. Printer config. Go down here and include, let's just throw it down here. And save and restart. I think that's it. There's never enough storage, I know. Well, the little blue cabinets that I'm storing filament in right now, that's gonna go out to the shed. So I needed more filament storage room in that garage. Welcome, Josh. So if I go here now, yep, here we are. So we have all the stuff. If I go into, let's refresh here. There's the Shake and Tune folder now. So let's go ahead and run it. Let's home all and stuff first. Hey, Maker Viking, welcome. And I don't need the Z-tilt, so I'm just gonna go straight into running let's just do an axis shaper calibration. Running command, we're gonna do it. No CSV files found in the temp folder to create your shaper graphs. What? What did I miss? I feel like I missed something. Was there any errors? What did I miss? Did you miss NumPy or anything? I saw it was installing NumPy. I thought I saw it was installing NumPy. Maybe it was Python stuff I saw. I've done input shaping with just the Clipper stuff on here. I've done all of that on this printer. Installing dependencies. Requirement already satisfied. You tried turning it off and back on again. Hey Joey, welcome. but if it's in the temp folder, it gets deleted. What is going on? Starting Moonraker. Here, will it do that? Running command. File not found error. No CSV files found in the temp folder to create the belts graph. What is going on? Let's look, see. Do I have a ADXL defined? Actually don't. Hi, Bob. It's not going on. Oh, yeah. Okay, do I have some include, shape and tune? What am I doing with this thing? Okay, let me close this. Do I have input shaper? Okay, so I have this. So let's, that's probably what's going on. So let's go here and there we are. I have my input shaper config commented out. Save and restart. Hi, James. And here, let's get it back. Hey, Sea Catlet. Why are you taking a long time? Oh, you know what? That's not going to work because that input shaper is pointing to a Pico that I sometimes have plugged in. What is the what is this thing? Yeah. Let's go to LDO motion. I don't want that. If you noticed, I changed my screen, my shared screen here. I have a 1200 pixel tall monitor. So I used to have to do some weird cropping to get things to look well, to look right. So I decided to just set the monitor to a 1080 so I can just share the whole screen and not worry about. Can I go products or guides? Do they have a Nighthawk guide in here? Do I have to go over to the... Okay, let's go to the other doc site. I'll paste a link when I find it. Let's go guides and where is it? Is that not it? Where'd they put that thing? Voron, Nighthawk, here we are. I'll paste the link here. There we are. So what I really want is just the example config. And then we'll go here to the GitHub. And Nighthawk stealth burner and firmware clipper config. And right here. Where is the ADXL? Here we are. That will work. I think that's all I need. So go here and we're gonna comment this out. And we're gonna comment the Pico out as well. Control / when you highlight a line, we'll comment it out. And we'll just put that right there. I think that will do it. Now I gotta see if I named mine Nighthawk the same. So let's save and close and see what I actually named this thing. I called it LDO _ Toolhead. So let's close this and go back into here and let's find and NHK, and we're going to replace that with LDO underscore TH and replace all. There we are. Arrow keys. Yeah. Did I teach you something there, Ellen? That's awesome. Okay, now we should be able to, let's see if this thing runs now. Home it all. Control / will toggle comments on all highlighted lines. Yep. You comment or uncomment, depending on, like you said, it'll toggle it. Okay, now if I hit that. There we are. There we are. I don't know if you can see the wiggle, but it's wiggling. I think the more interesting thing will probably just watch the numbers go by. Main cell versus fluid. Hey, that's a good thing. Let's do a poll. Start a poll. What clipper interface do you use most? Main cell, fluid, and let's add an option. I'm going to say other. Start the poll. Hey, Double T, welcome. I think the ease of installation is going to bias this definitely towards mainsail. I think I have 3 or 4 printers with fluid. The rest have mainsail, and honestly, it's because it's easier to install. Hey, Kyle. I'll do other as I have no clipper. There are definitely things I like about either more than the other. I like that fluid asks confirmations before you shut down or do things like that from a restart. I like those confirmation prompts. Where's the Marlin option? Hi, Kevin. Okay, so it's done with X. Process it, and then we'll do Y. And we're just getting some graphs here. We're not gonna run multiples, so we're not gonna spend more time than we already have. But it's something that we can look at when this is all done. If main cell ever comes to Marlin, I'd be happy to convert some machines back. Oh, interesting. Hi, James. Main cell is nice, but fluid has a better editor and some other features that I like more. Fluid has links to clipper docs in each section. Someone say graphs. You've seen graphs from this printer, Ref. Hey, Keith, welcome. Have you thought about doing a Trident side pack frame in one of your printers? Not really, but mostly just because I haven't had time to think about it. I'm not against it per se. Hey, Sean. So are you throwing tube in this thing? I don't have a tube, so it's getting a rapido. I did do Octoprint on Marlin on an Ender 3. Yeah, I used to run Octoprint on a few printers. I just set the confirm prompts on main cell after a browser. Oh, can you set it? Is that something you can change? The keep button was just on top. Do people install Keyout? A lot of people use Keyout. And I have nothing against Keyout, except I don't use it. I don't use it because I prefer the manual processes. As far as I'm aware, correct me if I'm wrong, Keyout puts a couple of things in non-standard locations. And I definitely see the value in it if you're new. Absolutely. There's an option for confirming emergency shutdown. Okay, that's doing... You seem to be using an older version of Clipper that is not compatible with all the latest shake and tune features. Yeah, probably. But we'll get some graphs. What do we have here? Do we have... Here, general. What about... Is it navigation or UI settings? Require confirm on emergency stop and require confirm on device power changes. There we are. I don't really care about the emergency stop. If I'm going to click that, I want to click it. The power changes is the one. That's something that I don't think has been there. Hide save config button for bed mesh changes. That's not, I never save the config on a bed mesh. I run a mesh before every print. I just watched Steve install main cell Clipper first. Keyout has been updated to use the correct files and paths. That's good to know, Kyle. Thank you. Okay, so those ran, they processed. Let's go into the machine here. And now we have a folder, shake and tune results. And we have our shaper graphs. So let's look at X first. Let's see what we have here. Let's refresh. Oops. Oh, there we go. We had to, I had to refresh the interface in general. So input shaper and X. So there we are. That is a squished image. You can see, I mean, everything is squished. Why is it doing that? Is that normal? Anyway, so this is recommending EI. The scaling on this is weird. Let me try refreshing again. Let's go back in there. Wow. Is this a new? Is that? Oh, it's because, no, that's 100% on the browser. But as I get smaller here, that is a weird thing. So it is not as wide as it looks. Something's going on. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna update this browser. It's going to restart the browser. This is Edge. I use Edge here because it's my sanitized browser. I'm not logged into anything in here. Anything that gets displayed on here is what we've visited in a stream. That's why. So I have Chrome on this machine that I do all my stuff on, and then my public face here is Edge. Let's go back here, shake and tune results, and see if that looks any better. No, it didn't help. Let's look at it. So let's go ahead and look at it in a Chrome browser and see if it looks different. Let me see if I can. Let's see here. That's not what I wanted. There we go. Let's go here and bring this over. Oops. That's weird. That's fine. Whatever. Let's bring this. I just want to see if it's in general an edge thing, because that's going to be a problem if that continues. No, it does it in Chrome as well. So yeah, let's open it a new tab. Why does it want to do that? Just VT gray? Yeah, that'll work. Sure. Open. Wow, what is going on? Let's try this again. Wow. Hi, Kyle. He could have set up a different Google profile in his Chrome and just swap, but whatever works for him. That's, yeah. This is easier. This is safer. Here, does that help? The important stuff there. A little better view. Pretty sure that was a main cell issue with PNG images. Interesting. It is the monitor I changed the resolution, but all it's doing is black barring. There's just black bars at the top and bottom of the screen. It's showing pixel to pixel for me. So let's close that. Let's go back. Oops. Go back and let's look at why. Why didn't I wanted to open that in a new tab? There we go. Oh. Okay. Weird. That is better than I remember Y being on this machine. That is way better than I remember Y being on this machine. Yeah. I'm happy with that. Why am I changing it? I have a well-working machine, and I'm going to change it. Yeah. Perfect time to mess it up. Yep. Hey, Leo. Let's take a perfectly working machine and modify it for content. Okay, we can shut this down. Anything else I need to do? Run the belt shaper graph just so we get them? Okay, I'll do that real quick before I shut it down. Compare belts responses. And the vibration calibration. If it ain't broke, fix it till it is. What does the printer smell like? Old ABS residue? Oh, there's not a whole lot that you can see there. There. I can at least see some. Spend hours getting things working, only get the upgrade itch and start all over. Yeah, we'll do this, then we'll do what Rhett said, vibration calibration. So we'll have graphs for everything. That's a good idea. The vibration calibration graph is really interesting for setting print slicer settings. So what do we have? Do we have is it 2 weeks until OpenSauce? We have the 2nd and then the 9th. So almost 3 weeks, a little less than 3 weeks until OpenSauce. Run PewMaster Laser when? We don't need no stinking mods. Get all the mods. Works well, keep piddling with it. Yep. OpenSauce, and then Murph, and then Rapid. We have anyone here who's going to be at Rapid? Reserved camping spot for Murph. Awesome. Where are we at? Scroll down. Now we're doing the other side. Wish was all ready to go to Rapid, but my move now falls that week. I was wondering when you were going to be heading over. No fest? No 3D Printopia, Sean? You going to be there? Oh, that's a bummer. 90% sure going Rapid. Awesome. You see me, say hi. There's more you can do other than just input shaper graphs. Going to be in Tampa Bay for a conference when Rapid is on. Plans are already made for September in 3D Printopia. Awesome. Is anybody going to Vice? Anybody not know what Vice is? A charity bike ride is same weekend as Printopia. Oh, okay. Vice City GTA. So there is a little gathering for Voron owners. Not exclusively, but if you're excited to hang out with Voron people, then go over to the Discord. Kind of drumming up a little, try to drum up a little interest. Got tickets, working on a hotel and time off. Awesome. It's about an hour and a half, 2 hour drive for me. So, yeah, it'll be in Reno. It'll be real close. New to me, you have to look into it, yeah. It is not, it's not a requirement to own a Voron, but it is a Voron-centric event. Okay, it's running those. If you're driving through Southern Colorado to get to Nevada, for some reason, stop by my shop. Access to events like that is something I'm looking forward to. I have to heavily consider it. Nice. Maker Viking, do you make it to Form Next by chance? Or are you going to be at Smurf this year? Is Rocky Mountain usually on the same weekend every year? I think next year it's going to have to change, William. Next year there's something about holidays or events or something for Rocky Mountain. So I'm sure it will, more info will come out as it gets closer. Easter. Ah, that's a big one. Okay, that finished. So let's go ahead and run the vibrations profile. And this one, we can actually watch it, because it'll actually do something, I think. What is it doing? Accelerometer measurement started. Oh, there it goes. Okay. I don't run this one often, so. So it's going to run through some motions at different speeds. Yeah. Increasing speeds per test. And then we'll look at these results and then we'll power it off and start unbuilding. We may get there next year. Good friend is getting married sometime next year and she's from that area. Nice. The console will tell you what it's doing in regards to speeds. It is doing, it doesn't really. 24, 26, 28. Speed's 28. Is that 30 millimeters per second? Must be. Let me figure out danger clipper and clippane. The shake and tune module is what I basically use here. And it can be installed separate from clippane and stuff. And yeah, we're talking about the console is saying, so we're at 44 millimeters per second. Now here's 48 millimeters per second. I'm guessing that's what that's. We're at 50. Getting used to it. I like clipping the way it handles configs. So now it's at 80, no, 70. Now it's at 80. Why do you have a computer mouse in the printer? And look. Mouse house. Throw off input shaper results. Oh yeah, I'm adding mass to the table. Oh yeah, the thumbs up, right? If you can find it, the like button's out there somewhere. Put a mouse in my printer before with some G code to remain online in Teams. That's hilarious. That is funny. Love the colors. I have the same for my 2.4. Thanks. What are we at? 150, 152. Oh yeah. Leo, sorry, I saw you ask about Vice. Voron Discord is the best place. So you can DM me if you want some more details. It is not a free event for folks that it is a community distributed across the community as far as paying for the site and everything. There is a set price, but we estimated how many people we expect. So now we're at 180 in September or October, very early October. Yeah, and it's no content creating, no vendors. It's a very much a grassroots community hangout type event. We don't, the intent is not to let it be commercial. There we go. Okay, so it ended at 200 millimeters per second. I imagine that there's probably a parameter here where you can set the speed for it to go to. Yeah, You got all these parameters you could set when you run that. The default is to go to 200 and 2 millimeters per second increments. Sorry, I was bringing the beer. Tried running the belt tune on my Magneto. It didn't work. Okay. Is that still running? Oh, is it doing it the other way now? Okay. I guess we'll sit here and chat some more. Be the oddities and curiosities episode later in October. You're running an older version of ShakeTune. The newer version gives more options and more data. I just installed it, Ref. I installed it 20 minutes ago. But I am running an older version of Clipper. So is it giving me options based on what version of Clipper? It did give me a warning. It warned me saying that I might be missing out on some features because I'm not on the very latest Clipper. I am on 12.031. What is the latest? Oh, 12.0102. So yesterday. It's already obsolete. As well. 20 minutes is so yesterday. Did you have the option to set SCV and smoothing value? It didn't pop up and ask me. Are you looking, is there, let's see. Keep CSV, size, Z height. Those were the, oh. Those were the options for what I'm running. Can you show the skirt buttons PCB again? I'm curious about that. Good call. Let's. So this is 3D Experts. Now this is a European focused vendor. Now this at one point was available from Fabrico. I don't know where it's available now, but it is a 7-button with NeoPixel lighting, and it is an STM 072, I think. You can connect a display straight to it, that kind of stuff. Maybe you can read the QR code. Here, I'll bring up the page. 3D Experts. GitHub. Oh. Okay, so here it is. 3D Experts, skirt button PCB. And this is basically what we have. I'll install animation. Not a whole lot to it. I had to print a couple of different parts because I have a 250 Trident. Not a lot of space under there. It says it's pre-flash, but it's going to need to be updated. Yeah, I was right. It was an 072. Yeah. Yeah, there are some options in here. Where was it? Override macros. I haven't done much of messing with like buttons like that, so it'll be an interesting thing to learn. What are we at? We're at 152, so we're not too far from this being done. Hey, Michael. The buttons are addressable to whatever you want them to be. I've had this for far too long. And like I said, it was on the list of things to go over at some point on these Tuesday streams, so it makes sense. I don't think it made sense on the V2 because I don't think it fits. I don't think there's enough room for it on a 250 V2. Short press and long press macros? Ooh, that's interesting, Bill. We'll have to try that. We are at 184, so we're getting close. I forgot how long this takes. What time is it? 6:11. How are we doing on? Oh, is it done? Okay. We have 230 people here. Wow. 115 likes. Okay, is that done? No, it's running command now. While it's doing that, let's go look at those belt results. Let's go look at the belt results. And it's going to be squished as well, but oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. This machine is. When I hold the enclosure light button, it shuts down the machine. Ooh. They are 91.7% similar. Pretty good. Time to break it. Yeah. This is, I mean, and keep in mind, this is a Chaotic Lab tap on here. Machine is great. Stream canceled. Good night. And the vibrations. Oh, it's still running. I think it's still running. Yeah, it's still running the process on that. We'll give it a second. Let it finish. This may take some time. 3 to 5 minutes is what it says. I read about the event. Are you going to? I am. I kind of have to. It's basically as local as it gets to me. My charts look like a 3-year-old drew them. I saw something that looked like a 3-year-old drew it today. Up close. Cybertruck. We bought a car for my wife. We bought a new Honda Civic. And I have a friend who does PPF, paint protection film, and tinting. So I was at their shop and they had a Cybertruck out front. And yeah, that's not for me. Not for me. You do a burnout in the Civic, you had to break it in. We've driven it from the dealership to home and then to this shop. And it's been there for a few days. I actually went to pick it up today and they had to notice something in the film. So they are redoing it. So I'll pick it up tomorrow. I'll be driving through Sacramento. Yeah. I drove a Tesla once, that was enough. I had fun driving a Model 3. I've driven a Model 3 and that was fun. But I hear the accelerometer are prone to getting stuck full throttle. Huh. Hey 3D print junkie from Mexico. Welcome. This is still running. You saw a black one with neon green lettering. 3-year-olds can draw curves though. Well, this is true. We bought the Civic because it's one of the last cars available with a manual transmission. My wife prefers a manual transmission and a small, nimble car. That's what I prefer as well. So I don't like big vehicles. Something with good gas mileage, has a little 1.5 liter turbo in it. So perfect anti-theft device, exactly. What is a pull-up resistor and clipper? I cannot find any good info for it. That's a good question. If somebody could explain, because I don't have a good like explanation of why we define and how to tell whether you should define a pull-up resistor. That's something I should probably research and be able to explain better. My wife prefers a manual. Yeah, that's all she's ever. Her first vehicle was a 70s Chevy Love pickup truck with a manual transmission. As long as it's not the previous generation Civic, they all had clear coat issues. The new one looks pretty nice, barring any paint issues. Yeah, we got the Boost Blue, so nice. The model only had blue, a non-metallic gray, and white as color options. So we went with the blue. Is it done yet? It's still running. I can get 38 to 40 on my 2020 Civic, yeah. With a Leaf for last car. Do they still make a manual? Because right now we were looking at like the Kia Forte, the Civic, and then some of the German cars that I just wasn't interested in, like a Golf or Passat or whatever. Toyota dropped. The Corolla is no longer available in a manual. I don't even know if the GR, is the GR available in a manual? Such a Honda color name. Thing done yet? First was a 85 Ford Ranger with 3 on the tree. Hey Brian, how are you? My buddy just got a 2024 Civic Si in red. Yeah. We would have looked at the Si, but I wanted the hatch, and the Si is a sedan. So the hatch is either the Type R or the Sport Touring. So we got the Sport Touring. But it's also good because it has leather, and my wife likes to spill things, so I think it'll be easier to clean up than the cloth. My GTI resents that remark. The Golfs and stuff are nice. I just don't want to own one. I owned we had a Mini Countryman for a while. Don't get to watch you live in the middle of my day in New Zealand. Well, welcome, Hoppy. Why is this? Is this actually still running? Let's see if we've got any results in here. No, it's still working on it. I heard steal things first. Spill makes more sense. Oh yeah, spill. This is. Has it been 5 minutes? Did I screw it up somehow? I'm not going to rerun that. If we don't get a graph from this, then fine. Oh, there we are. Activity. It's finished. Vibrations. There we go. Now we have a graph. Oh, that is... That... Here, let's go ahead and open that and save it. And... open it. There we go. That is a graph. Cheap Wrangler has a manual option. The commute gas mileage was important. And cost. Yeah, this thing was expensive enough as it is. We spent like $17K for the last car, and it lasted 11 years, so probably want to install TMC Auto Tune. That's a good call, Wrath. We'll play with that as part of this build. That's a lot of data, I agree. That's a lot of data. No, we're on discount at Honda. I feel like I did pretty good negotiating on this one. I hate buying cars. I absolutely hate buying cars. I think we're done. So I'm going to shut this down now. And we're going to start unbuilding it. I think some cross tracks were still available in manual a year or two ago. Subaru doesn't, and for the most part, their fuel economy game is way behind. Okay, this is powered on. So let's go ahead and let's just very first, let's get the panels off of it. Love my 2019 GTI. I love my old 2004 Scion XV. Those are always a neat little quirky car. Little bread box. Oh, come on. Why are you not wanting to come out? There we go. Wow. The plastic broke there because the hammer nut was stuck. The vehicle I bought was in 1999. Wow. I usually deal through internet sales managers and have a price negotiated before I even get there. This was through a regular salesperson because they were really nice. I went to test drive it several months ago and zero pressure. So I kept their card and got a hold of them when we were ready to actually buy. Flight's canceled. Looks like you get to stay for the whole stream. Well, cool. The Prologue, the Honda Prologue is basically a Chevy, isn't it? Isn't it a collab with Chevy? No, he'd been there a few years. They're just, occasionally you run across a dealership that has the right attitude for selling cars. And this one seemed to have. So. Now the experience buying the car was annoying because they only had one finance person there, and they kept us there way too late because we were last in line for closed deals of the evening. It's not that big of a deal, but it was just annoying. Son is a salesman, his dealership is like that, yeah. There's a few dealership owner groups that get it. Always crappy and don't value your time. Yeah. And I was so fed up. They brought up the little extended warranty tab, and I just said nope to all of that. And they didn't argue. They could tell I was done. Hey, BBs. Part of the deal was to use the Honda financing. Got a little bit more off on the car. So, whatever. Don't buy from Carvana. I don't tend to like, CarMax is the local, I don't know how widespread CarMax is, but the place here, it's always good to go and test drive something and check out different cars because you can see a wide variety of cars in one spot, but I've never bought one from there. I think I've sold one. Yeah, we sold the Mini to a CarMax actually. Toyota does not make a passenger car besides maybe the FT86. They don't make like a Corolla or whatever with a manual transmission anymore. So that was out of the... Hey, Jared. Hey, Jared. Now, this dealership we bought from had 3 manual transmission Civics in last weekend and sold 2 of them. So I was on a little less leverage than I thought I was going to be, because I've been keeping an eye out and they had 3 for the longest time. And the guy who sold, the salesman we worked with is the one who sold the other 2 as well. But... and disable TMC AutoTune to run sensorless properly. Is it working for anyone else? We'll find out. We'll see if we have any trouble with that. How are you going to cut the extrusion on the back? That's one of the gripes I have. I'm going to use, you can't see it. Oh yeah, there we go. Disc sander. I'm going to use the disc sander. I brought it out. I thought we might get to it today. I don't know that we will. How does the input shaper graph on the Honda? I would love it to get to a point where I can just order a car online. For any, I mean, I know you can do that with a few cars, but order it from the dealership. I don't care, but I want to do the whole thing online. Okay, panels are off. This extrusion right here, we need to cut a chamfer in, and these parts are replaced with parts that have a chamfer modeled in. So these go here, and then we'll grind a chamfer on this rear extrusion. We'll get there to online sales eventually, yeah. Nine-year-old press the update button. Check cars as much as we do 3D printers before they ship them. Very much enjoying your black box build with modem. Awesome. Awesome. We are going to take a little side trek diversion from that for a couple of weeks. Got to give some time for some parts to get in. You going to use the Milo for that? No, I'm going to use the disc sander for that. Done all the negotiations for buying our last few cars online. Yeah. Can't hang out. Want to say hello and have a good stream. See you, Dave. Hey, we're doing this, Dave. Oops, there we are. We're going to do this. So tune in to future ones. Yeah, we need to modify that to allow room so the 9mm belts don't rub. Oops, that's the... bigger belt mod, yep. What do we have here? $30 sets. That's going. This thing's seen quite a bit of print time. That's what something I forgot to check was print time on this, but we'll get that when we look at it. That hairy stringiness is that HT PET I was printing, because this printer I did the HT PET for the blaster build Saturday. Okay, and then zip ties. So, yep, unbuilding time. I don't know what we're gonna get if we'll get to any building. Can't think that an 9mm is going to make much difference on a 250, but it's good how-to for content. And yeah, the whole setup will allow us to run higher belt tensions, which is going to see some improvements. The Chaotic Lab tap is getting replaced with the 9mm Vitali tap. Yep. Okay, so that is all loose. And we will be running some sort of umbilical on this machine as well. All the same parts in a box sitting next to me right now. Yeah. Hey, Taco. How are you? I don't think the retail space is set up yet, but if you're picking up stuff, you can probably still make arrangements to drop in. And this is a Galileo 2 on here. Is there an improvement for the Vitali over the Chaotic Lab one? It's different. It does use an MGN9 instead of an MGN7. So, at what point are you running so much tension that you are breaking your stepper shafts from the side load? Yeah, it's not a lot. Less than you would think, Michael. According to the stepper load charts that PF publishes for the little belt tension tool. Do you like that tap better than a Chaotic Labs? I've had good luck with the Chaotic Labs. I don't have anything, I don't really have anything bad to say about the Chaotic Lab. You saw it was working well on this printer. We'll see if we can improve on that though. I should be building the 2 sets of Micron G2Z I need to put together while watching this. There's no energy. I get that. Have to use a 9mm belt compatible tap. Correct. And honestly, if you're going 9mm on all this stuff, tap might not be the most optimum solution. We are doing this because I have it, and we will see what results we get. But the alternative solutions could be coming to this at some point. Just in general, from a total maximum rigidity, maximum performance point of view. Yeah, today that is, so looking forward to getting that done. Oh, Vitali shipped me the new rigid 9mm carriage. Awesome. The special anodized one. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave. I can pull all of the, one of the nice things about just this single wire here is it's not gonna be too hard to just remove the whole harness. Get it out of the way. 146 likes with 25 minutes left till giveaway time and 234 people here. What's your thoughts on the Eddy? I have not tried it yet. I have a couple of them. But I haven't tried it yet. What I don't like about it in the current setups that I would have to do to try it is I'd have to run a USB cable the whole way back. So I haven't gone through that. The only of that type of probe I have experience with now is the scanning Z probe from Duet. My Duet 2.4 is running that. But I also haven't gotten to the point where I'm regularly printing on that printer yet. It's fully functional and it printed a lot at Rocky Mountain. But I have not gotten it into my printing workflow. Any experience with Beacon? No. Did you happen to see the way Nero did his giveaway today? I did. That was cool. That was interesting. Note to self, probably not a good idea to put an open bottle of Hex pepper sauce next to your drink. Sissy kid, my like was 73. Nice. You talk about is my drink. Make a Clamato or Bloody Mary. What did he do? So was that a Steam game that was linked to chat? Or was it just, was there an actual bot running so chat could influence it? Or was that just for fun? Was that just not really a thing? Okay. Just for fun. Okay. The exclamation point, make my car go faster. You mean that wasn't real? You can link those kind of games in Twitch. Yeah. Any plans for an all-wheel drive Trident mod? Not on this build. These are going to come out of here too, so get all of this stuff. $161. Good. Oh, I did have. They were hammerheads in there. Those out. The marble game was kind of fun. I think it's clever. I think anything you can do that's different in that. I mean, everybody's doing the Wheel of Names giveaways. I commend the effort to spice it up. 100%. Okay, move this stuff out of the way because we're going to turn this thing on its side and get a view of the underskirt. Hey, Fresh Prince. Mirror panels for the sides and rear could look cool. I think something, I'll have to reach out a couple of places, get some, spice it up a little bit. No other games unless they can use the Charlie picture. We'll do the, what is that, cat simulator? Thoughts on the inverted electronics mod? I think it's cool. I've never been a fan of it for the spec build. I think it works really well as a mod. I don't like encouraging things that allow things to fall into the electronics area. So get a little better view of what we got going on here and what we have to work with as far as, let's just go get a more direct on view. There we go. So what about the inverted sauce bottle mod? Electronics drawer mod is a good idea. Yeah. That mean you're gonna spice it up and not have the trademark Steve builds 3 seconds. That is my spice, right? I started that. Well, someone else might have done it, but it was a unique idea. Someone else, it may not have been, might not have been the only one to have that, but. An electronics bay with rubber washer around the edge to stop dust ingress. Well, you're going to get that if you have airflow. If you have airflow, you're going to get dust. Okay, so we have a Leviathan that's staying. We have the, what do we have here? I'm sure this is a Pi 4, but I'm not 100%. Yeah, we have a Pi 4 in here. We have the 48 volt power supply, and then the LDO kit electronics over here. So we are going to need to fit in here this guy. So we should be able to find a spot to put this. And I think that's it. This will go out, but it'll get replaced with another little breakout board for the Orbiter toolhead board. To add some insulation frame brackets. So, oh, and we're gonna have to move my, this is my little USB insert. We have to move it to the other side because the buttons will go on this side. What's the black box at the bottom? This is a 48 volt power supply. So running 48 volts to the A and B steppers. It is a Nighthawk on this machine. Yep. That is a 90 watt power supply, and it's right next to the fan, so it's all got all the dust. We all contact ISO. I bet we could get the Steve Builds 3-second recognized as an official unit of measure. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're pulling the whole big reason for this is pulling this wire. Let's go ahead and pull this sleeving off of here. So we're gonna have to redo that anyway. There we go. So we're going to save that because we'll reuse that. And actually, oh, that's right. This is so long. I have this going all over the electronics compartment. Meanwhile, this is the IRM. You got two characters reversed there. Can't really get my fingers in there for the... Yeah, all of the stuff is in the way of getting fingers in here for the... This is the thing I don't like about these. I gotta pull these off, and is there anybody have a trick to this? You done any heated chamber mods on any of your builds? I have, well, yes and no. I took the base of a poly dryer and stuck it in the bottom of this. It worked. Yeah, I'm trying to, but I can't get behind it here because of the power supply. And I can't get to the brackets for the power supply. Is it there or is it here? It's like today's engine compartment's full of crap. Yeah. Ow. Yeah, I can slide it off. You're right. I gotta pull these off anyway. I gotta pull this off anyway. Let's do that. Good call. Try pressing the entire thing to the side. I can't get to either side of it right in here. It's too cramped there. So it was problematic to get to it there. So the suggestion of doing this was brilliant. There we go. Went all the way down there and then up here and then over to here. Just a lot of swearing till it's off. I was just wondering if anybody had, because that's basically my method. It's been just kind of push it to a side until it releases. But this was just, I can't get my fingers into it here, and I couldn't get my fingers into it here. That's the thick wire for the tool head wires. Yeah, because it's well shielded and everything for the, enough shielding and current capacity for the tool head. Ooh, I want a hamburger. Maybe since it's Tuesday, you can chop that hamburger up really fine and put some other seasonings in it and put it in a tortilla, some cheese. Okay, so this I'm gonna set aside. This is really gonna be useful at some point, but we're not gonna reuse it for this one. And this guy can just come out, I guess. Keep it with the harness. It's making tacos, not hamburgers. As long as you're not getting the sandwich, you're fine. Okay, that was that. Come on over, y'all can go for a swim and have a cerveza. So we'll take this skirt piece off since we're replacing it. What are the dims on that? Dims on what? There's my, this is the insert that we modeled on a stream and then I did the video on. Now this is a modified version because this USB port here was a little bigger. So I went in and did the same process, modified some dimensions and created a piece for this. What's the O2 Toolboard? That's a toolboard by Robert Lorenz, the creator of the Orbiter, and it's made to go on the back of the Orbiter. This build plate size is a 250. So let's pull this out of here. We're gonna move it to the other side, but we'll just leave it off for now. Keep it out of the way. Get one of those yet. I've got to bug Jason for my Mercury 1.1. It's supposed to be here in time for this build, Alan. I talked to Jason about it. It's very specifically being sent for this build. So it's supposed to be within the next week or so. So yeah, this guy. That was a lot of fun doing that stream and this little thing. And I have this on almost all my printers now. Any of them with the hex skirts, I've got it installed now. Okay, so we're gonna keep that. The Leviathan has the Pi powered from it. We're gonna leave the Pi mounted to it, but we're gonna get rid of this setup and route it through here instead. So how we do that and what particular shape that's going to be, we'll find out when we get there. Where did you share the files for that? It's on my GitHub. That is actually on my GitHub. And it's linked in the video. If you go to the videos on my channel, it'll be in the description, the link to it. Yes, exactly. The hex skirts with the mesh backing, I would just get in there and just cut out a section of the mesh to put one of these in. It's very easy to do. You can do it with some flush cutters or a hobby knife. Alan, thanks for the gifted memberships. Appreciate that. Axis map. Okay, so that's going away. The big one that's going to really require some unbuilding is that rear extrusion. We have to modify that rear extrusion, which means it has to come out So this is all clear, so we can put this back up. This guy has to come out of here. Oh, what's our pole? Wait, that's been up long enough. Definitely on the 79% main sale, 17% fluid, and 4% other. Let's go ahead and end that. Good call. Have I given away all the gifted memberships? Did I do? I lost track of which. There we go. Send. It is almost 9 minutes till giveaway time. We only need 27 more likes to hit 200. Can we do it? I file mine in place, yeah. Need more fluid. Just add protection where it needed and oh, you filed it in place. I see. The config editing and fluid is better. Yeah. I think I would agree with that. So if anybody doesn't know, the reason I'm a member of my own channel is because on member streams, I couldn't get the overlay, chat overlay to show up. And I thought it was a permissions issue of some sort. I'm pretty sure it was fixed by logging into Chrome in OBS, into the Chrome instance in OBS rather than becoming a member of my channel, but I've never reversed it. Six months. Likewise, I'm pretty new. Like as much as I do. Flying Lunatic, thanks for being a member. How to opt in for gifted memberships. If your YouTube account is a branded account, and you'll have to search to see what exactly that means. But if you're a branded account, then it's not eligible for receiving gifted memberships. Otherwise, search and there's a toggle you can turn on whether you want to receive them or not. And it's supposed to pop up. But it could be that you might have canceled it on accident at some point if it's not branded. Anyone got grommet models for 2.4 bottom panel? Feel free to share them. Thanks for the memberships. Bearded Bucket, thanks for being a member. Axel, thanks for being a member. I know you said do it in place. I'm going to remove it just because. So I'm working on pulling the bed out. Do you think TPU 95 would be soft enough to make a stamp? I don't know. I've never made a stamp from TPU at all. I imagine, probably. Oh, let's undo these wires under here. PF Dennis, member for 24 months. And what is that? Wow. Tight screw. Okay, that was the ground. Okay, I think the bed will come out now. Yep. This is an earlier LDO bed with this new heater. That happens to be an M4 instead of the M3, which all the production ones ended up being. I do have an M4 thermistor I want to put in there. I want to get the reading from the directly into the bed instead of this guy for this. Ooh, we got all the memberships announcing. Michael L, thanks for being a member. Brian T. Scott, thanks for being a member. Don't knock it. And thanks for the gifted memberships. Don't knock it. Okay, let's set this aside. Rod, thanks for being a member. Getting close to 2 years. This is a nice chunky bed. How thick is this? Is this 10 millimeters? Let's get a corner here where the bed. Yeah, it's 10 millimeters. Nuno, thanks for being a member. LDO Trident is 10 millimeters. Yep. I think while this is off, Ellen, I'm going to go with the drill a couple of holes in the back and put some washers in here. Rod, thanks for the gifted memberships. So much green around here, feels like a recycle bin. Oh, okay, I'll put this over here. I'll have to get some organized space for the parts of this build because it's going to be quite disassembled for a bit. We are 4 minutes away from giveaway time with 12 likes to go. I'm doing that on everything from now on. The bed that I ran on this is larger than 250 by 250. I'm a little concerned that I won't actually be able to use it, and I like it. So, we'll see. Dopey Lee, thanks for being a member. Got a Mandela Rose mag bed for my 250 2.4. I never put it on because how much thinner it is from the one I have on there now. The 6 millimeter beds that I have from Mandela have been fine. But, yeah, so now this can come apart. Wide drill and washer, wide drill. Oh, so there's, if you put some, here. If you're able to drill and tap a couple of holes back here, you could use something like a washer that would stick up just above the back of the bed. So when you put your sheet in, it has a stop. Better take my VZ bed off. I will add screw with washers to the sides. It already has the screw heads on the top at the back. I got it. Okay, set that there. And then we can take the... Surprised nobody's mentioned that I haven't printed a hex tray for this. I will have a hex tray before the next one, and I probably will do 2 of them. I did the back end side, so easy to line up the sheet now. Three-color hex tray. Oh, we know. Remind me, and I'll double check if I still have gifts to give after the giveaway. I want to do it after the giveaway. It is twice now. The problem is I'm filling up my extra time with all this other stuff. The workspace prep. Sean, thanks for the gifted memberships. And C. Caldwell, thanks for being a member. Okay, so this guy can come out. James, thanks for becoming a member. Locating pins on the back of my precise printing parts bay. Multicolor hex tray. Yeah, it'll be at least 2 colors. I might do two color ones with the combination of maybe one that's teal and pop pink and one that's teal and purple. $11 more. We are at giveaway time. We are 11 shy of, or 21 shy. 21 shy. Did someone remove their likes? We were closer than that before. PDZ, thanks for being a member. Sounds fun at normal speed. It's a big Tuesday for membership. It is. Appreciate it, everyone. We are going to do a Polymaker filament giveaway now. For a 350 millimeter bed, how thick of a bed is recommended? That's 8 to 10 is probably fine. 8 to 10 is perfectly fine. Okay, I lost the wheel of names screen, so let me bring it up. 10 to 13, okay. How you been thumped? Hey, Frank. You liked twice. You got to do it 3 times then. Okay. Can I close these ads? No. Here we are. And why are we no longer in dark theme? That's weird. Okay. So the way we do this is I will close the entries when we haven't had a new one in 3 seconds. Maybe by the time we're actually spinning, we'll get those extra 15 likes. 255 people here. 54. Here starts the game. Chrome just goes off by vibes. Let me bring up the actual tab so I can see how many entries we had. Still have the theme song in my head. 2-year celebration, so that calls for an extra special Steve Belts 2-year celebration for you. Have you been here for 2 years? Nice. I volunteer as tribute for too late playing the game. So I'm sure we've had a new one here. So let's start the countdown now. So it's 3. It says it upper left. Oh, that's why. That's weird. Here, let's open. Oh, I am all over local. And I think there's a, yeah. Huh. Oh, that's why. That's why. Let's close this. That's why. I was in Chrome. I was in Chrome and I already have a wheel of names up here. And let's open the giveaway theme. There we go. It's because I was in Chrome. Still recommended to run the bed heater at 60%. That is not, there's more to it than that as a low. There's some silly about the slab. What? You're over 10K subs. Yeah. There's more to that than just 60%. I don't know where to point you exactly to read up on that though. Okay. we have had 5 new entries in that time, so I'm going to start over. So 3, 2, 1. It is giveaway time. You better go. Links in the description and the pinned post. And we just got 2 more, so I got to start over. 3, 3, 2. Sent a few pictures of how I did the alignment washers on my Trident bed. Put a nut between the bed and washers. Awesome. I will check that out. We didn't get a new one, so I got to go resume at 1. But then we just got one. So 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, half, 10th, 3, 2, 1, done. Okay, let's link this out. Folks can explain, it depends on your SSR, the bed heater power, and your mains voltage. Lots of factors. A lot of it is SSR. As far as the current capacity. We do not properly heat sink the SSRs in any application we're using. So you have to do the derated value, capacity for those. Long story short, made simple, the bed won't perma-taco from a regular heater at full, but it's not necessarily ideal choice. Okay, let me get this. Who was first? Alan Kilgora was first, and Francis Gravel got in near the end, or at the end. We are working on a Trident today, so we need a number between 1 and 3. 1 and 3 for shuffle. Actively cool the SSR. Sounds like a great idea. Let's put water right next to mains. Well, I guess you said actively, not water cooled. Be curious what actually is acceptable for that. Basically the SSR manufacturers say if you don't use their heatsink, then you derate it. But we are going to, I mean, I said 1 to 3, but I think orange is a better choice. So 1 ORANGE. I know. I spoke before the signals hit my brain on that. Doom! Congratulations, Doom. Are you here? You have to say something in chat. If you're in the US or Canada, you get a coupon to the US or Canada store. If you are outside the US or Canada, you get a form with a long list of filament you get to choose a roll from. Are you here? Doom, there you are. And what a way to announce your presence. Congrats. Let me paste this in. Congratulations. Yep, and that is the only Doom. Good job. Okay, let's close that. Let's clear this. I was wondering why the last one wasn't cleared when I opened it. It's because it was in Chrome. Doom, is that the first time you've won on my streams? Where are we going? Unpin. Unpin. And edit the description. And then we will get back to unbuilding. Congratulations. You will get an email from me sometime before the next stream. How long are we going today? Not a whole lot longer. We'll get on things mostly apart. Second time. Awesome. I thought so. I seemed to remember your name coming up before. Okay, everybody's happy. Things are unpinned, unlisted. We are back to unbuilding. On my VC 3.1, I have a 6mm bed, 1100 watt heater at 80% and haven't tacoed the bed yet. Yeah, you're not likely to actually taco it. The bigger concern really is SSR capacity. Good night, Armored 3D. We need to sneak this guy out of here. Can we pull that stepper first? What was that? Oh, spacer I have. Stepper has, no, darn it. It is, the stepper, it has integrated wires. It's not a plug. The core bed isn't constrained, so it'd be hard to taco it. Instead of doing that, we're gonna have to remove this rear skirt. We're gonna have to at least get to this. Trying to break out the wire cutters. Does your wife request cute prints from you? I have so many small... No, no. She requests things like towel hooks for our shower walls and practical prints. Practical prints has been the theme. I think we can do this pretty easy. Let's pull this down. Just rotating this out of the way a little bit. Let's turn this. Pull this. This. Okay, so that comes off. I don't really want to pull the belts quite yet because it's keeping the gantry from flinging around. Please enlighten us with SSR capacity. It's Omron 25 amp, which is way over the amp of a regular heater mat. However, that's 25 amps properly heat sunk. It's probably about 4 to 5 amps derated. And it doesn't matter. The 15 amp one, the 10 amp one, the 20 amp ones, they all derate to about the same current. It's not like the 25 derates to 10 and the 15 derates to 5. It's a lot. It's a lot. If you look at the spec sheet for it, you'll see. Now I'm going to pull this rear extrusion. The derate is huge. How to model and design some organizational trays for the bathroom drawers. Yeah. I have a apron hook with a magnet on the refrigerator that I modeled and printed. Yeah, 4 amp derated instead of 10 amp, but look at the 15 or 20 and I bet you it's 5 or 6 amps is what they derate to. And it depends on the brand too. Go look at the Panasonic or an Omron or whatever. You're right, Dred. The cheap generic ones you may not be able to find a spec sheet on, so assume the worst. I think it's DE, R-A-T-E. Okay, and then we're just gonna loosen these and hopefully I can slide this extrusion out. Maybe loosen the stepper. We gotta pull all of this apart, but I'm kind of wanting to do it. I don't know, maybe I'm making this harder on myself by not just pulling the whole gantry apart. I need to print my wife a couple of hex trays. She wants them to organize Lego pieces when she's building. Nice. Not to play favorites, but West 3D sells only real spec SSRs. He has an article about why he doesn't. There you go. There you go. Had the bill and you see you, Nerdlet. Okay, so now this is completely clear for me to remove. And to do so, I'm going to flip this around and I'm going to remove this bolts into the rear bed mount. Just looked at the derated ones. Omron 15 have a 4 amp derated. Yep. It's a little eye-opening, isn't it? Okay, so I think, is that push out of the way now? Did I get all of them? Nope, I missed one. Low profile heat sinks are 50 millimeters tall. Yeah. Saw Dan at West 30 throw away a stack of SSRs the other weekend because he couldn't guarantee they weren't knockoffs. That's That is good. It is so important for those to be solid. Solid. Okay. Now what I'm hoping I can do is simply remove or loosen this blind joint bolt and pull that extrusion right out. I did find DIN mountable SSR that looked to be a good option. They have their heatsink built in. Okay, what is that? That just, there we go. Haha. Little in-place disassembly. Okay. I am going to, what do I have? Go even more steps further on this. Nope, that's not a 12 or 9. I have looking for a tap, little printed, I'm sure I have one around here somewhere, little tap printed carriage. Yeah, we don't need it to take it off. Let's see here. We're already marked, so we're just gonna pull that right off of there, set it aside, and then we're gonna just do this as it is. But I keep talking myself out of it. Okay, as this is, I'm going to leave it here because I don't want to remove all of this, and I'm just going to grind the back side of this on my disc sander and do it. Then I'm going to just wipe it all off really good. Since I have this off to the side, and all of this can be wiped off. So the plan is here. I'm going to get the camera over here so you can actually see it, hopefully. And this is just this is going to be close enough anyway. Let's go, sure, while I rearrange this. And just don't mind the mess in the background because this is very much a work in progress area. There we go. This is an old Craftsman disc sander that I've had for ages and ages. Is there enough room under the hood to properly heatsink? I don't know. I don't know that. So you just use the D-rated value. It's enough for most of what we're doing. No workshop is ever complete. No, it's not. So I've already adjusted the table here so it is exactly perpendicular to the disc, to the closest I can get it. I have some C-clamps here and I'm just going to use a piece of MDF or something I had around here. Here it is. I'm going to use this as a fence. This is going to clamp here and there at a 45-degree angle. So now I'm going to take a square here, and which way do I need to put this? Can I get this in there? No, I can't, not with this one. Let's do the other, oh, that's right. I was going to go the other direction. That's why. Take this and drop things everywhere. Go here and here like this. So And I'm going to clamp this back where it was. Just make up a little makeshift. Here we are. Then get this in. Rotate this to 45 degrees. Just like that. Then the other clamp wherever it fell to. Oh, it's right here. There we go. So then I will be able to, this is the edge we want to grind. So I'm just going to set this along here and push it into the sanding disc right there. And it'll hit right there. What do you think? What are we doing? We're grinding a chamfer in the back to leave room for the 9mm belts. Excuse me. I don't want to completely booger up my, scratch up my extrusion there. So let me find a bit of tape. Don't have tape over here. Where is that tape? Where did I put the tape? Tape. Where's the tape? There it is. Let's put a piece of tape on here. Is the pink stop in the way? It's not. It's not. And I don't know where my little 1-inch blue tape is, so I'm just going to use some electrical tape. It'll be fine. It's the right width. This is going to go right here. Now this doesn't stick up above the rail, so the rail is still the reference point. And I'm just going to run a piece of tape along the side here as just something to slide against the table here that's not the anodizing of the aluminum. I definitely wouldn't go through all this work for a little grinding. Nope, but I would. So that's just going to go right like that. So let me get some glasses. And I'm sure the noise cancellation is going to take care of the noise. Grab an extension cord here. This is off. The alternative here was to chuck this up in the Milo and do it. I do plan on replacing this, Bill. I want a nicer disc sander, and it's just a matter of selecting one. This is what I can't do in my condo. I just freehand on a bench grinder. Absolutely. All kinds of options. All kinds of options. So let's get this on. I think you'll be able to see just fine. So this is how I square up extrusions. I get a very square end doing this. I set it up to be perpendicular to the face, and yeah. And the rest of us will absolutely go to the extra 125%. I don't know how much chamfer do we need here. If we look at the printed part on here. Here, let's do a little this over here. And at the most, I'm just going to make a little scribe mark for there. That's what I'm going to aim for. I just made a little scribe mark on there I'm going to aim for, which is basically to the thing. So let's turn this on. Here we go. Noise canceling is impressive, yeah. Hates a guide squeezing in. Torn paper waiting to happen. Oh, good call. That's a good call there, Alan. The problem is the only square I could find with a 45-degree on it didn't let me set it up the other way. It's because I started to go the other way. But yes, good point. Good point. I will remember that. Because I don't do, I mean, your experience there is invaluable. I've done stuff, but it's all kind of not from a regular thing point of view experience. Okay, let's move this out of the way. And let me grab a couple of paper towels so we can really get this cleaned off. Let's go here. So yeah, this turned out really, really clean. So I can turn this back around. Probably get a better view now. So get this not over my work area. I gotta sweep in here anyway. So let's get all this. Actually, let me turn on my air compressor and blow it out. Cleaner I hadn't pointed out, but I cut the wrong end the first time, so both are chamfered. I went through the correct side many times in my head before actually setting that to the disc for that exact reason. Oh. I'm going to take a little file here. Just round off these sharp corners. Yeah, that worked pretty good. Sandblasted and reanodized. If I had the means, that you probably heard. I'd accidentally pulled the pressure relief valve on the compressor. See you, Double T. It's possible with time and money. I'm taking donations on both. Okay, so that turned out really well. Who's the crazy bastard that continues to do it on purpose? Never see that after installing, but we appreciate the effort. You know me. You know me well enough. Okay, I think we're good. Just take a good look here. See no shavings. See nothing. Yeah. Okay, now I really do need to find, I don't think I can get this on there really effectively without a guide. I'm curious why, oh, there's one. Awesome. And a little bearing guide. And let's see what the shape of this is. It's a Z, so. Nope, not that one. Get a clean one. Yeah, we've got grease in there. And it is a Z, so it doesn't see. Go. And then it goes on like this. Go. It's there. Ah, come on. Go. The bracket back here is centering it. I mean, I'm going to call that, I mean, that's going to be fine. That is flush on both sides. And it is back in. It streams for 8+ hours now. Wow. You'll be recharged by Sunday, right, Nuno? Okay, so that is good. That is flush. The motor mount kept it centered. I think that was a good idea. That worked well. We are going to, I guess we can start pulling the belts and stuff off now, since it'll be vertical. So let's get back up to our normal height. Zoom out a bit. There we go. I need your little automated camera thing there, Alan. Okay, let's pull the rest of the gantry apart now. We want to add another one for the new stream setup. What is that? Is that like a little Logitech type camera, or is it something different? I bought one of those Osmo Pocket 3 cameras, and I was recording some machining on the Shape Oko, and it was kind of cool being able to tell it to follow the router head the spindle around as it was cutting. Come on. OBSBot tail air. Love the dummy from Iron Man for a camera operator. OBSBot tail air. Type that into here. OBSBot tail air. Okay. Pocket 3 is an impressive camera. Really tempted to get one. Well, I want to start doing some content at shows since I'm going to be missing so many streams this year for attending those, and I figured I'd just give it a shot. For a decent webcam for Windows Hello from a KVM. Okay, there we go. So that. Okay, I'm gonna put all this stuff in one spot, and after stream I'll collect those parts since they're special length, particular length screws. Hey Rudy. Hey Neriq. Constantine. No one has better sound effects when changing camera views than Manda Collabs. Are they self-generated sound effects? Or self-generated, perfect. Everything's better with sound effects. We covered this on Sunday. Everything's better with sound effects. Okay, belts are off. That's floppy now. But all of this stuff, oh, all of it comes off. So why was I worried about it? The whole thing comes apart. See you, Eric. I don't know why I was worried about leaving this on before. Oh well, it was more fun that way. Go. Recover some parts from there. Front idlers come off. What are we at? 7:30? Yeah, we will complete unbuilding, and we'll probably call it. Which reminds me, are those? Can I get this up in here? Just get the rear extrusion tied to there while I'm thinking about it. So what do the larger belts bring? Better speed, better input shaping. Yes. Yes. The double supported steppers and the larger belts, I mean, higher tension, different input shaper results. More easily bent stepper shafts, but we're going to double support them. Okay. The only other camera that I can do with the Pocket 3, which is basically the same price, and lacks own or 2 live. Own or 2 live? What's that? I know the updates to the Pocket 3, it sounds like, can have some more, like you can do 4K webcam now. Can I get this thing off of here? 1 or 2. 1 or 2 live features. Ah. The respect for the loads an EMA 17 can handle when supported on both sides. Look up the RS Makes tensioner, belt tensioner guide. It has some tables in there. 4K webcam can run NDI for rock solid. I will be checking that out. Oh, pocket mods. Having this part of the setup. Well, the main thing that I would use it for is this camera that's facing me, just so it could follow me as I'm moving around. It can do that, right? Auto follow. Eee. Okay, front idlers are off. Let's get the steppers out. Follow you. You can use hand signals to tell it to stop, zoom, etc. Interesting. We'll see what the rest of it looks like. We'll see what the setup here. Lighting is a concern I have. I mean, I don't have anything. I don't have super thought out lighting, and I need to. I feel like I need to. So these were the steppers I was using on here. Now I had the superpowers on here and I had some terrible artifacts, but I was also running them at 20 or 48 volts, and I didn't get a chance to try 24 volts with those, which I think is recommended. These are the 2 amp, just the 48 millimeter 2 amp LDO motors that are on here right now, and I was getting good quality out of these. In your brighter lit environment, it could probably be better. My studio is too dramatic for a webcam sensor. Ah. I'm about to add 4 more of these light fixtures in here because I have no lighting dedicated to that side of the shop. So I have 2 switches here. So I have 2 banks of lights to be able to control. Okay. 1 module gone. We're losing the teal. Bye-bye. Do you have a link for those long shaft moon steppers? I can't find them. They were purchased under a group buy that Klee organized. I believe you can try Magic Phoenix as a source for them. Just as a quick reminder of the part number. I think that can that be read? There we are. They might be custom, so you may have a hard time just finding the model number, or at least semi-custom. Okay, that's all apart. Magic Phoenix is a little MIA at the moment, hopefully just busy. Oh, okay, hopefully. Being a Voron team member, but I got a good deal on some 350 titanium backers, so yay, Klee. Clee is a pusher, a pusher of emptying your wallet. Let's look up. Ew. Let's clean. Let's clean and then look up. Got some residue there. Yeah. Probably belt residue. Oh yeah, look at that. Get it on the other side here. A little bit. Ew. What we should do is pull these Y rails and at least check them. But I think that will be, this is where we're going to leave it, because we basically unbuilt just about everything we're going to need to. Yeah. Dirty, dirty. New gantry list, Trident. So what we are going to do, so what I will do between streams is I'm going to pull these and clean them and re-grease them. I'll report back on if they've seemed to actually need it or not. So we'll get that done. And then the next stream, we're going to start with really just checking the whole frame and confirming that everything is as square as we can be, that our Y extrusions here are parallel to the rest of the printer, are exactly the same on both sides. That kind of thing before we get into the assembly of the 9mm gantry. So, needs cleedlers? No, it doesn't. No, it gets these simple things. It gets these rigid mounted. See, it goes right there and it's nice and tiny. So anyway, I think that is where we're going to call it. Thank you everybody for hanging out. Thanks. So there are quite a few. There's both myself and other people that have contributed to the various parts that are going to go into this build. As we install them, I'll try to cover each one in a little more detail and how I got it and where, that kind of thing. So yeah, like I said, we'll cover that as we do the mods. Today was just kind of an intro and get the printer apart, and then we will, every Tuesday that I'm here, we're going to miss a few in June, but every Tuesday we will be continuing this, similar to the green V2. So that build was very much like this is going to go. So what cleedlers are. So with that, thank you to everybody that contributed to this. Thank you for the gifted members and the new members. Thanks to Polymaker for the filament giveaway. Thanks to all you for hanging out. I will be back on Sunday. It's still kind of TBD on exactly what we're doing, but hopefully positron. So with that, have a good rest of your evening, have a good rest of your week, and enjoy the build. Bye.